We're bracing ourselves for January weather as we head into the weekend. By the way, tomorrow's record for coldest temperature, at least coldest high temperature, only 21 in 1965. Quite the opposite, of course. We are looking at our average high around this time of year, a lot closer to 50 degrees. So we're probably going to end up about 20 degrees below average. And within a few degrees of the record, I do not think we'll end up breaking that record, thankfully. But still, Saturday, a lot more like mid-January than mid-March. We're going almost backwards 2 months when it comes to the chilly conditions. You look at how this cold air mass coming in from Canada just kind of sits over us. We're right under the brunt of it going into tomorrow morning. So temperatures in the teens, wind chills in the single digits to kick off the day. Afternoon, getting into the 20s, and that's about as warm as it gets, as we're kind of right under the center of that very cold air. And thankfully, it moves out quickly. By the time we get to Sunday, we're already warming back up again. It's going to take a couple days, but eventually we do get back to some spring conditions. But leading up to that point, it not only feels like winter, it's going to look like winter too. Keeping an eye on some snow showers to our south. Those likely won't affect us, but there will be some flurries that you see around the Midwest. This low pressure is going to be able to swing some of those in by tomorrow afternoon. No accumulation, but it could reduce visibility on the highways, so be a little cautious there. So for tonight, down to 12, it'll feel like -4 by the time we get to tomorrow morning, and then that's about as warm as it gets for those first few hours. So if you're going to be up early, brace yourself, have a hot beverage, because you're going to need those that extra heat to keep warm if you're going to go outdoors. Not seeing much for sunshine throughout the course of the day either, as the clouds and flurries return. Flurries are mostly in the afternoon. You can see here by 1 o'clock they're getting started. They'll be scattered around the area, so there will be plenty of dry time, but every so often some snowflakes are going to sweep through. They should be done by about sunset. So the afternoon spent in the 20s. We're on the positive end of the scale. At least we're back into the single digits when it comes to those feels-like conditions by the time we get to late Saturday. Then we have consistent warmth ahead for next week. 50s in the forecast, and they're going to stick around for a while this time. A few rainy days coming with the warmth, however, so we'll go from 27 to 40 over the weekend, then 50 just in time for the official start of the spring season, and that is about as cool as it gets. You even could see the 60s of some rain showers by about Thursday. In your most accurate 10-day forecast, we do cool back off again going into next weekend, but this time around we're only talking about 50 degrees rather than the 20s, so that looks a lot warmer even when we cool off. To round out the week in the 4-degree guarantee, just a couple degrees off of that bullseye, 247. The cash total, we'll hope to add a lot more on next week.